Morning, everyone. I'm Sammy Gwitch, and and those prayers, they really help out, and I'm really glad to come visit everyone that's in the room today and say hi, and and it's a good day, beautiful day outside. So it's just a beautiful trip up here, and and those are things that we look at every day, is like how our day begins and how we're going to react to it. So. But it's gorgeous out there, and I want to send a message to everyone that's here today. And we should have a good meeting, and we're going to get the budget done. So, but these are things that we do every year. So, but I want to say miigwech, and we'll get started. I'll call the meeting to order. It's 9:24 a.m. Michael, want to do roll call, please?
District 1.
Here.
District 2.
Here.
District 3.
Here.
And I'm here, Chairman.
We have a quorum. Miigwech, thank you. Next up is review and approve the agenda. Any deletions or add-ons? Otherwise, I'll ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
Chairman. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Chairman, can we add to the agenda 3 signatory requests? There's a behavioral health HVAC. Second one is judicial, is a grant contract, and the third is finance, is a notice of award for the food shelf.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, I'll ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion with the changes, or the additions.
Motion with the additions by Mike LaRock.
I'll second.
Second by Laura Lee. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, miigwech. All right, next up is the meeting minutes for August 29th.
Chairman, I've seen a couple minor changes that we need to make. Yeah, on page 4. On the 4th paragraph down. We have to clarify that we agreed to join. Because it talks about approving the DCYF, but we approved to join it. And then we did 2 appointments. And then in paragraph 1, there's a minor misspelling in the first paragraph. It should be boards. It just says boars. And on the very last page, I believe we're in executive session there. So, but it needs to clarify that the recommendations and the White Earth Enterprise Board, and I can show them to Maria. And then actually one more on the first page. It's just spelling. Michael LaRock, is his last name is spelled wrong or in the wrong order.
Okay, well, with the changes, ask for a motion to approve August 29th, 2025 meeting minutes. Motion by Henry. Second by Eugene. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Miigwech. All right, next up we have old business. We have the Creator's Place. Who's going to? You can talk about it, Mike.
I talked to one of the board members yesterday, and she asked if she needed to be here, and I said yes, she did. So I don't see her here. Jean Cruff. Sorry. Okay. Mr. Chairman, I think the discussion is funding. And I guess some of the questions that we have is they did present at the last monthly meeting, and it wasn't very clear of how much funding they actually need. So I think I got some questions from the other council members about what funding they need. So I guess we can, if you have it, I mean, that's why I wanted to talk to Jean and see what her total funding that she needed from us would be. So. Is there a microphone for her? You're gonna have to come up. Can you come up, please?
We're in a corner.
No.
So at this time, I'm not sure as to what her plans were. I know yesterday Pam had mentioned something about 180,000. Was that for like a year's wages?
Yeah, we actually talked about what it would, I think she said she had 20, to be able to have 20 people come there. Then it was 33, she wanted to do 33, but 13 of them had exhausted all the workforce stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then those 13 would be asked, they wouldn't be able to come back. Yep. So we thought we would be able to finance those 13 that were coming back, because mm-hmm. you had 13 waiting in the wings, and then they would fall under Sandy's program. So then that would be 20 again, and it would add another 13 to there. So I think the question is what is it going to cost for the 13 that they need? And then we can, what I think what we were going to do is we're going to have Tracy and our economic development director, Michael Neusser, meet with Jean and meet with the board and work this all out. I think that's where we're kind of at right now. So, Mr. Chairman, we don't have a solid number of what we can even vote on today.
So the Creator's Place has a board meeting tomorrow okay. at 1:30, and everybody will be there on the board. And I know Pam will probably make it too. I asked Jean if she was going to be here, and she didn't know if she was or not, but me and Lisha came.
Okay. Do we want to table this until they come up with a number?
Well, I guess the question I have right now is, I know with all the good work they do out there, and, I mean, when I say we, I mean the council or myself, that we support what they do at Creator's Place. And I guess what I'm kind of getting at is like, do you have enough carryover, enough funds to go till we meet again on this? And I guess I'm not sure if your fiscal year ends on Wednesday. Do you have monies that carry over for the next year? So I guess those are questions I have. So can you wait till the next meeting, or if not, we could maybe, I don't know, can we carry them for a month, Trace?
I don't even know what do your fiscal year run? Is it January to December, or is it October to September to October?
Oh, I'm not even sure.
Okay, see, that's some questions we have. So, I mean,
yeah,
we'd have to have a special meeting if we, in between our quarterly, because we have our quarterly in October. So, I mean, if you came up with a number, we'd probably have to have a special meeting in order to pass that. Okay. So, but it's whatever the council wants to do as far as today. if we wanted to pass it and say, and ask for a number later, I don't know if that's not good business to do that, so. But Chairman, I don't know how the rest of the council feels.
Or Christine.
Okay. Would you guys be able to meet with them at their board meeting tomorrow? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Table it. You'll have to table it.
Yeah, it would be the 20 trainees and we have started hiring more people. And then I think there's 12 or 13 that weren't eligible for the workforce centers program. Yeah. I think we hired 13. I know she has a little bit of money to fall back on for pay, and that's why we started hiring more people, because I know Sandra wanted us to transition out because we.
Trace, after looking at some of our notes, with Representative Erickson here, it was like, I think there was 15 that were kind of waiting in the wings.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be about 180,000. So, but I mean,
yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah. And that's what the number was. Yeah.
So, Chairman, it's up to you if we want to approve that today or not. So we'd have to figure out where it's coming. Come out of general fund.
I guess with the information that we have with their shortfall, you know, I guess that's something that I think it's up to the council if we want to move forward with this, because we are ending our fiscal year. So would be best to do it this year or next year, Trace.
So do I have to wait till next year? Well, 2026, yeah. You can do that. Yeah. You guys okay with it? Even if we put it in the budget and he does find other resources, we wouldn't have to spend it all, correct? Okay. Want to table it?
So, special meeting, have them go and then have a special meeting if we need, and then get a resolution. If we need to approve it, then we get a resolution and everything, right?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I think we would table it, and then
it'll be, and then you can figure out when their fiscal year ends and.
Motion to table.
Motion by Eugene to table. Can we get more information?
So I'll second, with the understanding that our employees will go to the meeting, and then hopefully we can get this figured out exactly when their fiscal year ends, and then work through it too, so.
Second by Laura Lee. All in favor?
aye.
Motion carries. Well, Miigwech, sorry about that. I thought this was all resolved, so, but we'll find out more information, okay? Yeah, don't worry. Miigwech. All right, next up is new business. We have the fiscal year 2026 RBC budget.
I guess I could, I mean, we did meet all last week and we met the week before on 2026 budget. And we were trying to get it the same as last year, but there was some other stuff that was going on, wage analysis for departments and all that. So, but we do have, I think Tracy, I think Don did send it out to the RBC. Representative Erickson had some questions on Friday, and I think those were all answered on Friday. So if everybody had a chance to take a look at the 2026 budget, I guess we could move forward from there.
One question I do we have like a contingency fund number in the budget or no? So like if there was an emergency, like I said, you know, okay.
Yes, they can make a request to me in writing. In writing.
Okay, if all the council seen the budget, like what Mr. Aganash said, if you know any band member has the right to go to finance, of course, right to Mike LaRock, and you know you can go look at our ledgers, look at the budget, whatever you want. Ask for a motion to approve the 2026 budget.
Motion.
Motion by Mike LaRock. Motion by Mike LaRock.
I'll second.
Second by Laura Lee. All in favor? Eugene Talent. Motion carries. All right, next up is funding needs for NATO Wash food shelf and weatherization program. Talking about that one. Lori, who put that on the agenda? Did you put that on there, Huge?
I don't have it.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, guys.
So during the briefing last week, Lisa MacArthur came in and did a update on the food shelf and what is needed to expand or to make sure that the AC and everything as far as cooling the entire sports complex. And after she presented that, she was asked to put it on the agenda for the next meeting, and that's what she brought it over to Aisha. And I'm not sure if it's in the packet or not.
Do you remember briefing? Yeah, Chairman, she came in briefing just like Executive Director Rogers said. There was a match to there's a $1 million grant for the food shelf, but there was some money and she had three options of how we can move forward with the food shelf. So they talked about an upper level office spaces. Also, they talked about a phase 1 and a phase 2, but there was a 3 options. So. And I believe she was supposed to present that here today to us on it. If she doesn't do that today, we'll just have to table it and we'll have to table it. We'll have to table it until she comes up with to present to us.
Okay. So the food shelf. Yeah. Does anybody need a copy of? I have one extra copy if anybody would like it. Okay, yep. So we're working on the design for the food shelf in Nadawash. And the architects put together an estimate of what it's going to cost. We received a $1 million grant from the state of Minnesota. And the estimate just for doing the lower level of the facility is $1,888,093. So we're $888,000 over our budget that we have. So I did ask them to stay in the budget, what would we have to do? On the back page, there's a design. Everything that has a line through it would have to be removed from the project to try to get us within that. So the offices, the bathrooms, any of that area would be removed to stay within the $1 million. I also presented if we want to create an upper level, because the ceilings are really high in the old pool area. This is the area we're talking about. If we wanted to put a second level in there, that would create 4,600 square feet of additional space for future offices or Boys and Girls Club or whatever you guys would want to put in there. But just to get the infrastructure in, like the ceiling, the floor above, that's $1,110,768. That does not include finishing it. What I was hoping that we could do is, if you choose to do that, putting up the upper level, but then go for a grant to do the finishes. And one thing that HUD ICDBG is good for is like doing boys and girls clubs. That sort of thing, they have a high priority in the granting system. So that's one thing I'm asking about. And then the last thing is there's no air conditioning in the gymnasium through the pool area. So they put together, EAPC is architect that is doing the design. And they gave us 3 options. Option 1, if we use existing air handling unit that services a pool area for heat and we added a chiller coil to cool the food shelf. That cost would be $279,400. Option number 2, purchase a new chilled water cooling system that would have the capacity to cool the food shelf as well as the upper level if you did construct that. That comes at a cost of $333,900. Or option 3, that is to purchase a new chilled water cooling system that would not only cool the pool area and the upper level, but also the gymnasium. And that cost is $414,700. So I guess at this point, we are just holding still. We haven't proceeded with the design until we have some direction on how you'd like this to proceed.
I guess, Lisa, with the number, the 1.8 million, does that include all of it with option 3, or is option 3 like additional on top of the 1.8?
Those other options I get is additional.
Oh, additional. So
we're looking
it would be 2 point.
Like close to 2.5 million if you want to do all of them. Well, you'd have to get that for flooring first and then go for a grant. So it would be 1. And the 8. Yeah.
So did we ever do a survey on why we need that upper level?
Well, I haven't heard this directly from you guys, that's why I'm just presenting it, but over the last few councils in the past, they were always talking about putting that upper level in because there was always a need for more space and they thought it'd be good to utilize it. We had designed it at one point to use it, but then it never went through. So I think that they discussed it when they were doing mom's mats, possibly using it at one time. There was different things that they had proposed that building. So I'm just bringing it to you now because now's the time. If you want to do it, now's the time to do it. Because if you want to do it later, then we're going to have to destroy some of what we already construct to get it in later. And this number is not to finish it. It's just to get that upper level in there at this point.
When you say design, do you mean that we hired somebody to actually design it or just internally designed it?
No, it was designed at one point.
By an architect?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And they had talked at one time, that's where, it was during the, when they were talking about workforce center. They were talking about being able to use that for the workforce center. So it was designed at one time, and I just want to bring it to your attention because if you decide you want to do that, now would be the time to put that second level in.
So do you recommend that we move forward and then to finish it, we apply to that grant?
Yes, I wouldn't spend all your money trying to finish it out. I would just do the bare bones of what we need to get that upper level in and then seek grant funding. And like I said, I know Boys and Girls Club score is high, but there might be other options that you guys might want to use for that 4,600 square feet. We'd leave it wide open until we got additional funding. Yeah, they're going to go to the Boys and Girls Club in Monoman. So we're working on putting in a concrete slab and a little driveway and an overhead door. That's bid out now, so that'll be happening shortly. And then they will move there. And originally I said about November 1 or so that they need to be into their new building so we can start construction, but it's going to be a little later than that because now we're waiting for this before they go on to finish their design. So I would assume that we'll bid maybe by January, the first week in January, we'll bid this project out.
Mr. Chairman, it would be about 2.4 million for everything that's on this page. And it would probably be about 1.3 million if we left out the upper deck thing, so. If you want it.
The funding sources were, how was it coming?
Well, it is, if it's for Boys and Girls Club, that is in the AFA now. Possibly use third party if they have enough. But it would definitely have to, it would limit its use, so you could only use it for health-related purposes or anything in the AFA. Boys and Girls Club is now.
Air conditioning in the gym would be for that. I mean, part of it, they'd be using the gym.
They would be.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a discussion with Clinton and Jerry and Courtney to see what they have for funding.
And I did present this to Boys and Girls Club. They wanted it presented here first to see what your direction was, and then they could talk about it again, so.
Okay, Andrew.
Do we need a resolution for this?
If we were to put it in the general fund, yes. If you're gonna put it in behavioral health, it would have to go on funding agencies regulations are, which basically we create they create the budget.
So do we need to figure out the funding source? I mean, we can approve it, but we just got to figure out the funding, right? I mean, I think we all support it.
January.
Well, sooner the better. They have to do the design. All we did is schematic design at this point with an estimate. Now, I'll have to go back to EAPC and say, this is what they chose to do. And then they will go forward with their design documents. And once those are ready, then we'll send it out for bid.
Motion?
All right, motion to approve the.
Hold on one second, Chairman. Is it in the thing, it says food shelf and weatherization programs. So there's two separate things there. Correct?
I thought I only brought the
weatherization would be.
Mr. Chairman, can we table the discussion around weatherization, please?
Yeah. Well, I'm meeting with tomorrow, weatherization, meeting with Francis Oakgrove. There's a few other people, Tracy, and we're going to discuss that tomorrow.
We just take out.
Table it.
We probably deal with this one first and then that one second.
Motion to table weatherization? Motion by Eugene. Second by Henry, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next up is the food shelf, the build out. I think it's 1.88 million. And I think with the option 3 with HVAC for the gymnasium and everything else is an additional $414,000. So I think it's like $2.3 million or $2.3 million roughly.
Roughly, yeah.
Motion by Eugene. Second by Henry. All in favor?
Aye.
I just thought, where's the funding coming from?
They would look for behavioral health stuff, and then if it doesn't, then we'd have to present a resolution that then we could do it this afternoon, or we can do it at a special meeting for if it comes out of general fund.
Okay, yeah, I support the project.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. All right, next up is the Monoman Tribal Community Council Rock Your Mocks Round Dance. Who's presenting that now? Aisha?
Chairman, there's been issues with these contracts. You know, this is behavioral health funding, and I request that these contracts go through our legal department. They are separate. It is the community councils, but again, we're giving behavioral health money, and we need some oversight on this funding, I believe, and including the stipends, if the stipends are being paid out, because the contracts keep getting changed without legal review. Which so, I mean, I would make a motion to approve the contract subject to legal review to make sure, because they didn't see this one yet. And if there's any revision.
There's not.
It says that the event's going to take place November 15th at the Shooting Star Casino, so we probably have time to push it to legal and get it back to us at a special meeting.
Yeah, that's good too.
Should we table it then? All right, motion to table.
Eugene motions to table. Second.
Second.
Second by Laura Lee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Eugene, you're aye. Motion carries to table. Okay, next up is
There's only a couple of us here, sorry to interrupt, but there's a couple of us want to speak at the end here before you go into a session. But can you send it?
well, Andy, that's scheduled for next month for yeah, but you're not on the agenda.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, please.
what I'm going to do now, I got some hand-delivered letters to you, to the council.
All right, next up we have the consent agenda. Next up on the agenda.
Go, Mr. Chairman. Mike?
All right, next up on the consent agenda is administration. We have the
Our people on this police officer and nothing's getting done. This letter is going to Pete Ellison
thank you.
on the conspiracy here that's involved. A wrong was committed and nobody's doing nothing. I want to tell you right now, if nothing is done by the end of the day here, this letter, I got another letter going to Bondi. It's not a good letter. I do not want to mail that letter, Mr. Chairman. It's going to hurt our people. It's going to hurt our people bad.
Thank you, Leonard.
I want some kind of answer. If I don't get an answer, that letter is going to Bondi. It's going to list everything.
Mr. Chairman,
It's going to
Yeah.
hurt us.
let me comment. Leonard,
Either get hold of me, we're
Mr.
gonna hash this out. I want the police officer's name or him or her that was involved that, so a complaint be followed on that police officer. I'm telling you.
Leonard.
I don't want to mail that letter.
Okay, Leonard, can I speak a second?
Go ahead.
Last month's monthly meeting, you brought this same issue up. We told you that we were moving forward at it. Since then, let me finish, please. I believe this is going to be referred to the U.S. Attorney's Office for investigation and charges, correct, legal? The FBI, which is the US FBI investigates, U.S. Attorney looks at for charges. So that's where we're at with it. So.
No, yeah, I'm happy for that. But at the same token, it's been going on for over a month asking for something to be done, and it's being ignored. Now, here we are after some threatening in the past to get something done. That's why I see it's getting done now. But what also, there's more people on our tribal property over there that got to be investigated.
And that's what our compliance department comes through. We've added how many? We added one compliance person per district, and we were having trouble filling those positions. So we're looking for compliance officers for our land department in each one of those districts that would be able to do the compliance work on this. If there's somebody not supposed to be there, they would report back to their director, then they'd report back to the RBC. And if they're illegally there, then it would be an investigation started. So that's where we're at with that one, Mr. Thompson.
I still want
That's
to
fine.
talk a little more about this, a roundtable meeting. I mean, it's about time that something like this being done instead of a setting like this. You know, roundtable to bring people together instead of going at each other, work together to get things accomplished. And this could have been done a long time ago. There's many other issues, favoritism in our departments here. I'd like to talk a little bit about that. You know, so let's get a, let's get a roundtable meeting. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Be good,
Put it in
Senator.
minutes, okay?
Thank
She
you.
requested that. Thank you.
Be good, Shanti. Okay, guys, next up we have the consent agenda. We have a few items on here. First, I'll go off with the administration, the Whiter Sanitation Tribal Elder Services Resolution with the JW Coach Foundation General Fund Match Resolution. For Behavioral Health, we have the Fairmount Institute Training and Resolution. We have the Mental Health Advisory Council. We have the Elbow Lake Building Request Resolution. We have the Tribal Licensed Psychologist License Renewal. We have Minnesota Northwest Minnesota Foundation Native Youth Wellness Grant and Resolution. For education, we have license renewal for MR St. Michael Preschool. We have operation license for the Head Start sites. We have the eminence credentials for one way of waiter eminence policies and resolution. For finance, we have COLA BIE School Operations Grant SY 2526. For Nadawash Healthcare Site Improvement Project Site of Award and Resolution. We have the CDBG Grant Closeout Agreement. For Health, we have the University of Minnesota Contract and Resolution. For Human Services, Supplement Funding Request for Energy Assistance and Resolution. We have the USDA Nutrition Grant 2026 Resolution. For Legal, we have the Tobacco Licenses Renewals. We have new LLC requests for two other new LIC requests. For natural resources, we have the 2026 Clean Air Act funding resolution. Also, we have the Paramount Planning Agreement. We have the building leases for WTCC Natural Resources Headquarters and resolution. We have the Environmental Defense funding for liaison and resolution. For Public Works, we have the FY 2025 Rural Tribal Assistance Pilot Program and resolution. And for TBCB, we have the TBC Baseline Report No Cost Extension Letter. For ratifications, we have the Public Works FY 2025 Rural and Tribal Assistance Pilot Program. We have the Human Services Supplemental Funding Request for Energy Assistance resolution. We have the Human Services USDA Nutrition Grant 2026 resolution. Finance, we have the COLA BIE School Operations Grant, SFY 2526, TBC baseline report and no cost extension letter. And also we have the three items that were presented earlier, which is the behavioral health, that was on HVAC. And Justice has a, was it Justice has a grant for?
Was it?
Oh, okay, so we gotta add these when we're done here?
We already did already.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not on the consent agenda, but that's the consent agenda. Otherwise, I'll ask for a motion to approve the
Chairman,
consent.
can I make a quick comment?
Yes.
I wanted to make a quick comment about the Whiter Sanitation Tribal Elder Services and Resolution. We've decided, we will decide here if we pass this consent agenda, that we're adding the White Earth elderly garbage pickup to the same realm as your snow plowing and your grass cutting. So that would be a free service to our elders within the reservation boundaries. So it would run the same way. I believe Jean Soring was here earlier, but she didn't need to be here. She's one of the managers over at sanitation. So what this resolution states is that we are going to pick up the cost of elderly pickup for all elders within the reservation boundaries. It would be the same deal. They'd have to apply for it, just like they do for snow plowing and grass cutting. So I just wanted to mention that really quick, Chairman, that's what we'll be doing here today. So we will be putting notices out that we're doing this. We will be putting notices out on our website. We'll be putting them out to the people, letting them know how they can apply. Miigwech.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Mike LaRocque.
I'll second.
Second by Laura Lee. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. I'd like to. Well, I want a motion to go into executive session first.
Chairman, you have to still.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
I came here before, Lori and Curtis, that you guys can't table me for the agenda for the tribal court. It's separation of power. I found the resolutions, meeting minutes that you guys are appointing judges, the guardian ad litem, the lawyers for tribal court. Now in section 3 of our tribal judicial code, it says at the bottom, all judges shall run for election at the nationwide election. All posted end of a 4-year term. I'd like to get a response from you guys as, conflict of interest going on here that you guys are overstepping. So if the judges are supposed to be on the election ballots, you guys need to fix that and put the judges on the election ballot so the people on them. That would be a true independent judicial and a separation of the lawyer. Maybe the lawyer wants to answer my question here. Okay, we're going to any other council. That's what it says in the tribal code. Should the judges be on the ballots then? Interest going on here. I've had problems. I filed 9 complaints against the guardian ad litem that you guys appointed on a contract. I can't get up to the level here for you guys to hold their approval.
Thank you, Andy. We'll get something back to you.
One other thing, there's people requesting our finances. We don't have to put it in. Where does it say that? It's in our contract. We have to request. You can have to request it through. Giving that to us. District 1 that are asking me finances here. Not just District 1. We want to know the finances of our dispensary. One that's Mike LaRocque's job, but the other ones here need to help for our constituents here, including you, Chairman, to have them put that information on. LaRocque's job to do that.
Thank you, Andy. All right, next up we have the behavioral health HVAC. What is that now? You guys gotta.
So behavioral health is requesting approval to have the HVAC system replaced at 224 Franklin Avenue. And that was what was sent out via email on Friday night, the resolution and the company that was selected. And in the resolution, I identified it as behavioral health funds. Tracy, I know you had responded with specific funding codes, so I can either amend that resolution, update the resolution and provide it, or if behavioral health funds is sufficient, I'd defer to you on that.
They have a cost analysis, they have it planned. Okay, motion to approve the HVAC for the urban building. Fix the HVAC.
Motion.
Motion by Eugene. Second by Henry, all in favor? Laura Lee.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is the judicial grant. Yeah.
And so this would be a grant contract for funding for, excuse me, the DWI court.
Applying and accepting the DWI grant that runs our DWI courts. So motion to approve that.
So I'll make a motion to approve the DWI grant application.
Motion by Laura Lee. Second by Mike, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Next up is food shelf notice of awards. Need a motion to accept those? Is that what it is?
So my understanding is that our contracting division put out the bids for the food shelf. And so it's just providing the notice of awards to the appropriate bidders who successfully bid for that project.
So is that a different project than the one we talked in the Nadawash?
The projected job cost is $72,970.95. This is to fit up a temporary food shelf for the new ones being fixed up.
Oh.
There we go. Thank you, Curtis.
Is that one in Minoman at the Boys and Girls Club?
Boys and Girls Club, yep.
It's in Minoman, so motion to approve that. Motion by Eugene. Second by Henry, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Motion to go into executive session. Motion by Mike. Second by Henry. All in favor? Huge. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I appreciate your time. Thank you for bringing up some issues, and you know that we're working hard for you, and you know, and have a great week. Miigwech.